Friends, after this interesting speaker, now we have our next speaker, who is none other than Mr. Ashish Chauhan. Mr. Ashish Chauhan, I'll definitely need my mobile to explain his profile. Mr. Ashish Chauhan, who works as the CEO of BSE. He has been at BSE for the last 9 years. BSE is definitely the fastest exchange in the world with 6 microsecond response time. BSE is also the oldest exchange in Asia, and the largest in the world in terms of number of stocks listed. He was part of the 5-member team that set up National Stock Exchange. He created NSE's original technology, including satellite telecom. So we'll have to hear from him what he has to say regarding stay private or go public. I'm sure a lot of the growing companies who are here, we are definitely into a dilemma. And we keep on thinking, should we really go private? Or should we keep ourselves private? Should we really go public? So let us hear from Mr. Chauhan what he has to say about it and then decide accordingly. Can we have Mr. Chauhan on the stage, please?
Good afternoon. All of you can hear me, right? Basically, the topic is whether you should remain private or you should go public. How many of you want to become rich? Even if you're not raising your hand, I think you are basically trying to become rich, right? So, and how does one become rich, right? Of course, by going to Coursera. But that is the first step, right? Even without going to Coursera, when Coursera was not there, before that also people became rich, right? So there is a method to become rich. And there is an interesting thing I tell all my audiences wherever I go. Many of you are not from India, but I say for Indians that what is common between Dhirubhai Ambani, Narayan Murthy, and Ratan Tata? They are 3 different personalities, right? And they come from 3 different backgrounds. And they run, or at least Dhirubhai is not there, but they used to run completely different companies. How did they become rich? By listing on BSE. There is no other way to become rich in India, I can tell you that. So if you have, even if you are trying to make an attempt, try to figure that out. The other part is that there is this private equity, venture capital, all those things, right? You keep on hearing entire page in Economic Times is dedicated to those people who are getting further and further funds, you know. A person who is losing 1 billion, he gets 2 billion. Person who is losing 10, he gets 20, right? So, and we keep on wondering here, I am not losing any money, still nobody is willing to give me money, right? Every day you read the other page on education tells you that all IIM guys seem to get 1 crore plus salary. Ask IIM guys. They don't tell you, but none of them do. Only somebody's son, some government servant, some secretary, some rich person's son will get some of that salary, and that is printed for all of us to consume. And all our parents, when we go into IIM, they think, oh, my son is going to get 1 crore. Because after probably 20, 30 years, if you are lucky. Right? Otherwise, it's cumulative. Add up. Right? So effectively, when anyone starts business, all of us keep on thinking, right? Boss, Coursera, I can also start. And probably many of us can start. Only thing is content getting is difficult. Similarly, any business we see, we want to start that business, right? Especially the IT guys, and all of you are here IT guys. So we want to start the business, and we have this product, great product, and it's going to change the world, which is all, especially when you start, you think that way, right? And then you think that I'll get this VC angel fund or private equity guys to come and fund me. It's like that proverbial princess, you know, that a prince will come on a horse, white horse, and take me, and then my life will be happily thereafter. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. There is no VCP, even they fund their friends only, not you and me. Unless you are their friend, then you are not part of me. I'm talking about normal, general janta. They know nobody, they only have this product, and they have this aspiration, and nobody funds them. I mean, I set up NSE, which became roaring success in early 90s, 1994. I set up all this SATCOM and all, and also screen-based trading, all this. And it became roaring success. In a year's time, it became larger than BSE. And then till 2000, I did a lot of stuff. I was like in top 4 of NSE. And then I said, okay, I need to start my own, because 1999 and 2000, that Y2K thing, plus of course that internet boom, first boom, I thought I'll start on my own. And I started a company called exchangenext.com. Fortunately, it got funding. In fact, I started it because I got funding, otherwise I would not have started. Because I come from a job family, both my parents are in jobs, and I had never taken risk in life. I was raised to become an employee for entire life. Right? I continue to go back to becoming employee, but after that, I have failed many times. That company failed. Next year, I was on road. First year, I got like 100 people, 50 crore funding in 99-2000. And then we started the company, e-commerce fell, basically people who were funding saying, ki boss, abhi bahut ho gaya. E-commerce went. But you are a nice guy, very sincere but foolish. So we will take you as an employee. So they took me as an employee. I became CIO of Reliance Group. But parallelly, once you become entrepreneur, it is interesting. That bug keeps on sort of khujli karte rehta hai wo. So basically, I used to and that job was like 24/7. Reliance is the largest business house in India. Those days also it was the largest business house. They were doing many things. I was heading IT, so everywhere, every plant had a problem. Everywhere, wherever there was a problem, you had a problem, right? So you are awake all the time. And but on top of that, whatever I was earning, I was kind of funding one of the other firms, which my colleagues from NSE were running. And that company slowly became big. So after, say, we started that in 2002, 2003. And by 2008, it became reasonably large, 100 people company. And I was like a big name, even those days in markets, in finance and all. I used to teach, I used to talk and stuff like that, right? And all the private equity guys, venture capital, all those guys used to know me well. All of them are my friends even now. So I went to all of them saying, boss, now you can fund me. And they would look at all this very sincerely. They don't want to check you out immediately. So they would look at all my presentation and say, boss, तुम्हारा बराबर है, but वो $25 million का turnover हो गया बाद में आना, तो we'll fund you then. तो मैं बोला, boss, 25 million हो जाएगा, तुम्हारे पास क्यों आऊँगा? But that was the nice way to say no. Then I realized that, boss, कोई friendship नहीं होती दुनिया में. You are in existential solitude. There is no friendship, there is no nothing. You go to your father also, he'll say, boss, yaar, छोड़ना है, मेरा retirement का पैसा क्यों लेके जा रहा है? You go to brother, he will say, boss, दया करो. I have my family, right? But if you say, I want to list, तो बोले, हाँ, ठीक है, चलो, 1 का 10 हो जाएगा. So that is where they put money in you, your friends, relative, people you don't know also become your friends, कि मुझे भी थोड़ा देना, boss, right? So that time, there was no such framework because BSE, NSE, they were not allowing small companies to list. Then by accident, BSE bought the company which I was funding. Of course, my wife was the owner. They put a reasonable amount. And so we were negotiating and they put a condition that I have to work with them for 1 year. Now, company was owned by my wife. Why I had to work, I don't know. But बस पैसा आता है तो पूछने का नहीं. So I said, ठीक है, चलो, पहुँचते हैं. So that's how I came to BSE for 1 year. Now it's 10th year. And then subsequently I became CEO and so on and so forth. But that kida was always there, that you need to have people, funding for people who don't get funding. And try, if you are not entrepreneurs, you will not understand this. The biggest issue for an entrepreneur is actually funding, the finance. You want to borrow, nobody gives you loan. You want equity partners, nobody gives you money, right? And so we said, okay, we will try to do something. And we started an SME platform. The large companies used to list, but the small companies were not allowed to list. And that's where we created this small companies platform where you could raise even 1 crore rupees, 50 lakh rupees. And over last 7 years, since it started in 2012 March, so around 7 years, 280 companies have listed. 280 companies have listed, and they've raised around 2,800 crore rupees. Around 10 crore per company, average. Some companies have raised 50 lakhs, some companies have raised even 50 crore or 100 crore also. But in that platform, the smallest companies are able to list. And their market capitalization today is now in the range of 20,000 crore. So what they've raised as 2,800 crores, of course, all of them not become successful. They don't become successful. Some of them die. Some of them don't do so well. Some of them do exceedingly well. So overall, that 2,800 crore rupees which is raised have now become more than 20,000 crore in 7 years. And of course, large number of companies have come in last 3-4 years. Earlier, when something starts, very few companies come, then other people check it out and so on and so forth. But the SME platform of BSE, although it is roaring success, in international situations, when we go and speak about 280 companies getting listed on BSE SME, then other countries say कि बस हमको भी सिखाओ. But in Calcutta you come saying बस 280 क्या है? कुछ नहीं है. 280 तो इतने एरिया में मिल जाएगा. Which is true also. NASCOM में आते हो तो मिल जाता है. But otherwise, in India being such a large country, literally now I have every day one new company getting listed on SME. Every single day we have new companies getting listed on SME. And then we were trying what else to do. And the high-tech companies, very few high-tech companies were coming. And there is a Bangalore thinking, you know, that a company which is not got $1 billion funding is not called a startup. For Bangalore, the definition of startup is कि $1 billion funding मिला तो startup, otherwise भागो. Mumbai definition is simple कि जिसको भी पैसा चाहिए मैं दूंगा. We will give you 1 lakh rupees, we will get you. If you want 1 lakh crore, we will get you. And that is why we started this SME. But the high-tech companies, still there are, say 10% companies are high-tech in 280. But we realized, we talked to people everywhere, and they said, basically you don't call us SME. You call us high-tech. You call us startup. So then, two weeks back, we started a new platform called BSE Startup Platform. In Startup Platform, you can raise even 5 lakh rupees, 50 lakh rupees, 5 crore, 50 crore, whatever. And the track record also has been relaxed. Earlier, we used to have 3-year track record for the SMEs. Here, you have to have 2 years track record. If you are in Startup India, Stand Up India registered, then you don't require any track record. So all those things we have done. Around 15 days back, we launched the platform. We already have got 5-6 prospectus on hand. And so over the next 1 month, they will all get listed. Why I'm telling you this is, why does an entrepreneur need to list? One is, of course, you get finance. You become, suppose you go to a bank saying, I want to have a loan. They'll say, where is the debt equity ratio? In that equity part, if you don't have, if you have zero equity, then you will get zero debt. If you get 1 crore equity, then you will get, say, 2 crore debt. If you get 5 crore equity, then you will get 10 crore debt. So even to raise debt, you need to have equity. And that equity, many of you may not have immediately. If you go out, create partners by selling your equity shares to others, you will be able to increase your equity and also borrow more. The other part is many of us, including me, we were like, cycle was a difficulty when I was young. I mean, buying cycle, not riding, but बस वो किराए पे लेते थे 20 पैसा घंटे का वो टाइम पे किराया आता था 20 पैसे में वो फिर भी साइकिल सीखते थे बट साइकिल लेना यूज अ कैपेक्स राइट कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर सो नहीं होता था सो एंड देन फ्रॉम साइकिल यू वेंट टू स्कूटर यू वेंट टू कार फ्रॉम कार यू वेंट टू मर्सिडीज आफ्टर दैट व्हाट योर बिजनेस इज रनिंग यू आर पुटिंग योर चिल्ड्रन देयर you think life is made. It's giving you income. Suppose, especially small companies, whether high-tech or not, the entrepreneur is the only one. He is like a director in his movie. He is a movie star also. He is actor, he is actress, he is music director. He is even guy who is projecting the movie. And probably he is the only spectator. In entrepreneur's life, you are everything. वो सुबह दुकान खुला करके झाड़ू भी मारते हो एम्प्लॉय नहीं मारेगा सो दैट इज वेयर you are getting the income but you can't fall ill also if you fall ill for 1 week or 10 days business is gone. After that, you go back to your office, nobody is to be seen. How do you basically convert your income into wealth? If you are running a company having, say, 10 crore revenue and 2 crore profit, out of 2 crore profit, you will be probably giving 60, 70 lakh rupees as tax. What comes in your hand, in the company's hand, is 1.3 crore. If you give a dividend, again it will be taxed. Finally, what will come in your hand is less than 1 crore. So, you are running 10 crore company, you are having 2 crore profit, and you are getting 1 crore in hand. But same company, if you list, you will get a market capitalization of probably 20 crore or 40 crore. And that is what? Not an income, it is a wealth. 40 crore का बंदा ठीक है कि वो 1 crore वाला ठीक है? Same company है, कोई अलग नहीं है. You are converting yourself from a guy who was earning income of 1 crore to a guy who is having wealth of 40 crore. And from there, you can actually use that to employ other people, stock options, जैसे नारायण मूर्ति ने किया. पैसा नहीं था तो सबको बोला चलो ड्राइवर को भी पगार मत ले, स्टॉक दे रहा हूँ. Fortunately, वो ड्राइवर भी अच्छा था कि he also became billionaire after that. But effectively, you can use that company stock, once it is listed, to also give stock options. It becomes your currency. You can actually take over other companies by giving the shares instead of paying money to that company to take over and so on and so forth. It becomes, basically gives you free benchmarking with other companies. It allows you free publicity. Every day CNBC will discuss you. Otherwise, nobody actually talks about you. You go to your customer saying listed on BSE, give your card. That guy will come and take you inside. If you say you are just from NASCOM, you are made to sit outside. ऐसा नहीं होता है, but I'm just telling you. So effectively, again, the second question I asked this, in India, who is allowed to sign the currency notes? मैं धारक को 100 रुपया अदा करने का वचन देता हूँ, कौन साइन करता है? RBI governor, right? But the other guy who is able to create his own currency is whom? Entrepreneur who lists his stock on the BSE. If your stock does better than the country, then that prices go up. If it doesn't do that, it goes down, and you can use that currency to convert into Indian rupee or take over other companies, hire new people, pay salaries, and so on and so forth, right? So worry about the framework that if you are small, you want to become big. If you want to remain small, don't come to us. But if you want to become big, then BSE is the only way. Many people say that, but only large people can do it. They have become large by, they were small before. When Infosys came to list, the price was 70 rupees when the first IPO came. And the underwriters who underwrite the issue ki wo nahi bikega to those people are going to pay up. Issue did not get sold. So the underwriters who did not want to actually subscribe to the issue had to subscribe. And then those people became accidental billionaires. So effectively, those all Infosys was small, Wipro was small, Reliance was small. Every company you think of now as big was small, right? And by listing on exchanges, they became big. They allow you to get more participation. People trust you more. And it's a way to come of age. So my request is, any one of you having any ambition of becoming entrepreneurs, come to BSE. We also, of course, have an incubator. So if you don't want to list to begin with, but just to create your business, we give you the best mentors, best angel investors in India at BSE office. But if you want to go and list, please go ahead and list, and we'll be there to support you. If you want to raise 1 lakh rupees, we are with you. If you want to raise 1 lakh crore, we are with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for helping us to resolve the private or public dilemma in this session. Thank you so much once again. I would request Mr. Srish to come on stage in order to felicitate, sir. So if you could please take the center.
Sir, forced us to think, especially SMEs like us, especially two things, income or wealth. And secondly, what really got me thinking, Bangalore or Mumbai? I'm sure we will think about it as we take our call here on. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you once again for giving us your valuable time, sir.